Look at the seagull. Oh, I can't wait to get on the cruise.
I know where we can go. I know where we can go. And it's all you kiss the sky goodnight. Just go away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just go away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real.
We're in the Dinosaur Fossil Museum today. We've got crystals, a raptor claw, and some other slate. Got all this information here as well.
In your mind, you have to travel back 120 million years. To help you do this, the fossils, the rocks they come from,
The dinosaurs lived here over 110 million years ago.
make your own story.
To us, it was a very long time ago, but
We will show you through
the
other
Earth,
geological time zones.
our home, is believed to be as much as
After the first exhibition, you will make
5.5 billion
past.
years old. Before you
Now
enter
ready
the
to
Isle of
begin your
Wight
journey back to the
dinosaurs, we take you back to through time to see what life was like after the island's dinosaurs has gone.
Look,
Yeah,
little Harris.
In your
You
mind,
go
you
up.
have to travel back
Oh, it's
120
gone.
million years. To help you do this,
there's reptiles,
fossils, the rocks they
dinosaurs,
come from, and reconstructed
and humans.
are here for you to read and make your own story.
What's
Before
this?
you reach the time
Doesn't work.
we will show
Oh.
you three other geological time zones from after the island's rise.
Age,
Oh,
ice
that's
age. Oh, there you go.
Make your personal journey to the past. You are now ready to
Oh.
begin your journey.
Ichthyosaurus, monsters of the deep. The Ichthyosaurus is fish lizards or swimming reptiles which appeared during the Triassic period about 250 million years ago. Their bones can be found in many parts of the world in rocks which formed on seabeds during the Triassic, Jurassic and Cretaceous period.
Thanks.
The ancestors of the Ichthyosaurus were probably the first land-living reptiles to return to water. Their bodies became more streamlined, they had flippers and their tails were used for swimming. The earliest Ichthyosaurus appear in Chinese and Japanese rocks dating from the early Triassic period, about 250 million years ago. Mixosaurus found in China, Indonesia and the western USA was just 1 metre long. I'm not reading the whole of that, babe.
No.
Skeleton of Shonosaurus. Never heard of it.
I've heard of some of them, but not all of them.
More adapted, they developed sharp downward bends and tail. Became extinct in the Cretaceous period. Stomach contents tell us that belemnites, ammonite and fish were a diet of many ichthyosauruses. So, from Germany, blackfin, discovered in 1998. I'm Regis, we've been there, haven't we? There you go. If you need help or anything, though, let me know. Travel back 10,000 years. I think.
All the bones.
Yeah, that's crazy. How huge that bone is.
Yeah, it's a femur, I think.
What's that then?
The tusk.
tail?
That's a tusk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, be tusk off of.
Oh, the elephant thing.
Yeah.
From Paleoxylon.
It tells you all the stuff down the bottom, whatever.
said to our bathroom.
Oh.
Some rocks contain radioisotopes that are atoms which are unstable and decay very slowly. The process of decay is like a leaking bucket. It's telling you about the age of rocks. Messages from the past. Shells on the beach today, fossils are a part of living things that are remains of things which lived in the remote past. Really remote past. Do you want me to help you reading that?
That's right.
Oh, look at that. Turtle trionyx.
It's like old, what do you call them, shells?
Are these real or are they fake?
No, they're real.
Oh, look at that fish.
Yeah. What they do is they get the fossils and then they like put varnish and stuff on them to preserve them.
Yeah, but that's not real.
And that one is like that. That's what it would have looked like though.
It's in like a long tube. That's what it is. But then you pick up a resistor.
There's a plant there.
My birthday. Is that even real? That's not real though, is it? Look at that.
Yeah.
Shells and pebbles.
Yeah. It used to be all together. You got London, Brussels, Paris.
London's connected between the Paris and Brussels.
Yeah. Little small bones. There's a big shell. Like a stingray, that one.
Imagine a time machine 40 million years ago. You're hot, thirsty, but don't drink the water. It could be salt water. That always sounds scary.
Probably would have been scary about them.
You're stuck in a time machine. Fancy a fish stuck at what's on the menu? Snappies, corngetter and cod. Sharks, rays, barracudas, swordfish.
They got a puzzle there. That's huge.
It's scary, I think.
Little fossils there.
114 degrees.
And big fossils there. Well, you could do, what do you call it? The sand
With what?
paintbrush.
Oh, that's what you used the other day.
Yeah. See if we can do it. Got a puzzle here as well. I don't know any of this good. Got puzzles there. I'm not very good at puzzles. no good at puzzles. Can't do that sort of thing. Let's move down a bit. Let's move on a bit. Like these ones. You see those fossils that you normally get?
They're beautiful.
That's what they are. They're like.
Sponges are the simplest of multicellular animals, appearing over 500 million years before dinosaurs. Of the 7,000 species alive, 30 live off the coast of the Isle of Wight, filtering minute organisms from the water as foods.
You see that one? I've never seen one like that before. That one there.
Oh, this is scary, some of the stuff in here. Freaking me out.
Well, back then everything was bigger. You see, that's the real fossils they found of those things over there.
That's crazy.
Oh, there's some more stuff about sponges.
Oh, just freaking me out. Now, sponges are to mask.
Oh, they've got one on the wall.
Mammoth teeth.
They've got a fossil on the wall. Fossil teeth.
There's little hairs.
Yeah.
You're a little dragon.
Yeah. Is that home? We're getting on to the dinosaurs now, look. We've got some more bones over there. Oh, is that an egg?
Look behind you, right?
You got some more dinosaur bones over there.
You're in Jurassic Park though.
Look at that. You got the vertebrae.
They had a green tongue.
Yeah. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, there you go. It's the names on the top. I can't pronounce that.
Bryce Simmons. Bryce Simmons. Our newest dinosaur, discovered by Keith Simmons, that's why it's called that then.
Yeah.
In 78, the skeleton of this dinosaur has been in long-term storage. Like every other museum, we do not have the room to display every artifact we hold. Initially thought to be an example of Manchilosaurus, Arthrophilodensis, recent work by Dr. Jeremy Lockwood has shown this to be a completely new genus and species, first of its kind.
That's one.
The name reflects the finder, Keith Simmons. And Brightstone, a village on the island near to where many of our dinosaurs have been found. Well, so is this Isle of Wight?
Yeah.
Brightstone?
See the eyes on it.
Scary, that does.
And a blue,
There's Keith Simmons there.
green
Rocks.
tongue. Yeah. Ready to go in there?
Yeah.
It's dinosaur time.
Meet dinosaurs. So look at that, have you seen it?
What's that? Yeah, I saw that one, yeah. Yes, then. There's some more fossils in there. That's when they actually work on them.
What, they're working on now?
Yeah, probably.
Lab engagement.
Yeah.
Computer. Oh, they do it here as well.
Yeah.
What's that noise? It's freaking me out.
Oh, look at this one.
Scary that is.
It's a velociraptor.
Come here, babe, I'm scared.
Look at this. Got different parts of them.
I'm scared of these dinosaurs.
You can see the different parts working, look, when you push the buttons. You get?
It's crazy.
The robots. See the eyeball
More
moving?
scary than what it is.
You see the eyeball moving? Look.
Yeah. What is that? A robot dino?
Yeah, it shows you all how it works. Crazy, isn't it? This one's one. It's my favourite one.
It's cool. Babe, can we go there?
Go where?
It's scary, that thing there.
We were just there though. You see all the fossils in there. Got a cabinet over here as well. Got some eggs there as well. Look.
What's that?
It's like an egg.
Iguanodon.
Yeah, iguanodon. That's the one that stands up on its hind legs.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Sauropod.
There's some more fossils, sir.
Reptilian rhinos. Ichthyosaur and
The size of it.
plesiosaur.
It's huge, isn't it? There's some more in it as well. There's a vertebrae there.
Where?
Look at the back.
Huh.
That's an iguanodon. That sort of thing there.
Beginning to understand.
These ones.
I wonder what was it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Iguanodon.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, would have been big.
It's crazy. Amber.
Oh, is that amber?
Wealden, Isle of Wight.
It's all found on the Isle of Wight, I think.
Early cycad. Monkey puzzle tree.
What's this? I told you the different noises of them. It's all got different noises of each dinosaur. You'll pretty much sound the same, the herbivores.
Well, that's where they found them.
Oh, that's where they found them. Good enough.
So. Whitestone. There you go,
Yeah.
Whitestone. That's where they found it all, down
Yeah.
here. Should we try and clear that? We found that there,
Yeah.
down here. So you listen
Oh. It's all the information bits, isn't it? Got a raptor claw there.
Suchomimus.
Yeah.
The imitation crocodile.
Yeah. That's what I look like.
It freaked me out. It scared me, I don't know why.
That's because they're big. We got some more.
Pretended to be a crocodile.
You got some more fossil dusting here, bud. You want to have a go?
There's an Isle of Wight dinosaur here. On the Isle of Wight, a single backbone.
Well, yeah, those in Jurassic Park Dominion. Those
How
ones.
can they do? Who done it?
Look, babe. Do you want to do some fossil stuff?
Where?
Pick up the brush and then you dust all the sand off it. No? Do you want to record me doing that?
Yeah.
God, if I get down there. You got it? That's an eyeball, I think. Would have been good at archaeology. do.
Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What is that, do you reckon?
I'm not sure.
Look at that. These are brilliant drawings.
Yeah. Oh, you've seen the big one up there? On top.
What is it? What is that?
I'm not sure. I think you've got cave. Oh, not
Those
cave.
reptiles, what's that?
Not cave people, but the early,
I mean, dinosaur, but...
the early stages of man there. Look.
Oh, wow, cool.
There's the islands. It's hand drawn, that
We
one.
can go in here.
No, you can't, babe. But it's
Why?
stuck there. You can't go in there. You can see all the fossils on the wall, babe. Hey, look at that. See the fossils on the wall?
Is this where they bring all the fossils then?
Yeah.
Not vertebrate or gigantic brachiosaurus dinosaur.
Yeah. The size of the femur and the hips. Yeah, that's what the brachiosaurus would look like. Huge. That's obviously not to scale. It's like a smaller version of it.
That's the inside of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all fossils. People find it over different years, don't they? That one looks like a chicken.
Paleontologists have found the remains of 1,500 different types of dinosaurs. What's that thing you watched on that programme?
Yeah.
You said they were funny then, was
Yeah.
Like,
They're chickens. Dinosaurs must have had guts. Dinosaur footprint.
dinosaurs must have had guts like all animals. The organs would have sat inside the body. Paleontologists has to use knowledge of body forms of animals to flesh out fossilised bone.
Yeah, because obviously they wouldn't have the organs, would they? Hmm? It's a crocodile also.
First place winner of the paleo art competition.
There's another dinosaur up there. That's an iguanodon.
Juvenile Dinosaurus. It's a replica skeleton. I think they're all,
Iguanodon.
aren't they?
I'm not sure. So,
Large plant-eating dinosaur.
iguanodon.
Iguanodon bernisartensis. Found in 1976 by Steve Hutt, a staff member of Dinosaur Isle on the southwest coast of the island. In 76, this has been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Was extremely dry, resulting in tremendous expansion of the contraction of the clay cliffs, causing widespread rockfalls onto the beaches. During one such collapse, the first signs of what we affectionately call Pink Iggy appeared as a scattered bone fragments at the foot of the hill cliff. The following 3 months were taken up with the tough job of revealing the remaining parts of the skeleton using pick, axe, hammer, chisels and screwdrivers.
Yeah.
The bones had to be hauled up the cliff, a climb of 30 metres, and carried down to the nearest bus stop. Steve didn't drive in those days. And on to the museum at Sandown. Unusually, much of the skeleton had been buried with the bones still connected. as in life, articulated, which helps us work out how the dinosaur ended up in the swampy muds of the ancient wilderness floodplain. This is a bird's eye view of where the skeleton was found. That's crazy. Although we do not know how the iguanodon died, we do know it came to rest on the right side, with its limbs poking out in front, just as a horse looks when it lies down.
Yep.
The clay or mud was deposited on and around the skeleton in the form of a shallow pond or lake. The evidence for this scenario is provided by many pond mussels found with the lake. The evidence for this scenario is provided by the many... Did I just read that? Many pond mussels... Yeah, I did. As the pond filled with mud, the flesh of the dinosaur decomposed and the bones slowly sank to the bottom of the pond. Water currents and predators displaced some of the smaller lighter bones, such as the fingers. A tooth of a flesh-eating dinosaur was found in the ribs of the skeleton. We don't know whether this was left behind by the neovenator, munching on the carcass, or simply washed in during a rainstorm.
It's huge, isn't it?
It attracts scavengers. Ligaments and muscles dry and tighten under the hot sun, causing it to dislocate. After a few months, all that remains is the skeleton. All the skin, flesh, internal organs have either been eaten or decomposed, leaving the sun-bleached bones. Is this the real one? Yeah.
I think the ones that are covered up are real, and the ones that aren't. Like the hands and the feet, for example.
Looks real to me.
Yeah, the hands and feet do. I think the hands and feet are real.
Part of the limb bone in this view of the female looks like a flattened S. Pink-white bone was eroding through the cliff face. Oh, if you look closely, you can sort out fossil bones from replicas.
Yeah.
We use replicas to replace fragile or missing bones, or those that are simply too heavy to display. When complete, the skeleton would have been 9 metres long.
You can see which ones are real and which ones aren't.
Can you? Where is it then?
But you see these ones here?
Yeah, the hands do look real though.
Yeah, those ones are real, but then that one's not as
I think-
cracked and everything, is it?
It said there's some replacements. It looks like wood. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
An arm uncovered. All bones are numbered before removal.
Yeah. So I know which order the bone in.
Iguanodon means iguana tooth, after an alleged resemblance to the tooth of South American iguana lizard. The name was invented by either Dr. Gideon Mantell or one of his colleagues in 1825, after many finds of wonderful bones have been made in Sussex and the Isle of Wight. A slender version of Iguanodon, called Iguanodon athaphylldensis, was renamed in 2006 as Mantellisaurus athaphylldensis in honour of the work. There it is. Mantell, a medical doctor and a brilliant amateur geologist, stood his ground against the awesome White of professional opinion when his finds were thought insignificant. Mantell considered the teeth were from ancient reptiles. He was right. That was in 1849.
Crazy.
On the islands, most finds are, so if you used to look around the island, you'll find vertebrae from necks,
Yep.
back and tail. Not surprising, as there are around 8 each dinosaur, so they're common, no one. And are tough and resistant to damage and
Yeah.
compression. Limb bones are fairly common. Toes and fingers are really rare.
Yeah.
Perhaps they fall off upstream along with the rarest of all bone. You know, it's the skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's smaller, isn't it?
Yeah, softer too.
Yeah, that's right. Despite thousands of iguanodon bones found on the island, there's loads.
Yeah.
There aren't any complete skeletons. Although we have several near-complete examples. The best is 5 metres long skeleton with a beautiful skull found by Nick Chase in a natural history museum in London.
Yeah.
All the finds of bones and skeletons show that it was a very successful dinosaur and dominated the Lower Cretaceous period.
Yeah.
Parrot-like beak.
Yep.
cutting into tough plants,
Yeah,
efficient.
with the spike on its hand now.
Batteries of chopping teeth.
You see the spike on its hand now, it's used for
Yeah.
stuff as well. It used to stand on its hind legs as well.
They called this Pink Iggy in the 70s. If you look to your right, you'll find some natural ancient rock casts. It's a cast of Ecuadorian footprints left behind 122 million years ago. 122 million years ago. That's someone like drawing it. That's not bad, is it?
No. I just realised these up here, look. I just realised these up here.
Why was everything so much bigger back then?
Because they had no predators, did they? Look at the aerodactyls. All different ones.
Yeah, everything is much smaller now, though.
Yeah, it's because they don't have as much food. There's more things on the planet now, aren't there?
Babe?
Yep.
They're in there, babe.
Yeah. That's the scientists. Got scared there. I know, I was just looking at this first. The size of them. See if we can find out what this is. It looks like a Tyrannosaurus, but I don't think it is. It's a Neophyllenta. Neophyllenta. Got some more fossils. Looks like a jawbone. You got a massive skull down the bottom of the picture. Some more fossils, pictures of fossils. More herbivores. This is a Tyrannosaurus skull. Huge. More dinosaurs? Extinction. 75 of all living animals died out. What's this? Number one. That's creepy. Oh, these are my favourites. Velociraptors. Yep. Hang on.
Here, and then we do what we call preparation or conservation, depending on what's necessary. Okay, preparation involves taking the original specimen and then taking off any excess matrix on the specimen, and that so you end up with the beautiful things that you see, as opposed to bits of rock covered in matrix. You know, there's a big vertebra there, for example. That's a big sauropod vertebrate, so one of these. It's from the neck, and when it came in, it was just covered in rock. So actually, the gentleman there, that's one of our volunteers, actually the person that prepped
Oh,
that.
that must take a long time.
You have to chisel it all out.
That one is many months of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Whereas some things like these here, they were cut in a light sand, so the sand was fairly easy to remove. So it's a few hours' work, cautiously, obviously. Whereas that is a lot longer.
You have to have a lot of patience to do that.
Yeah.
So we also do what's called the documentation work in the lab as well, which is where you basically get the specimen number and record all the information with it, put that into the catalogue.
Oh, right, so that's what that man's doing there.
Yeah, it's all catalogued.
This
So it's got
goes
records.
back to as a researcher studying iguanodons. And the young lady there she's working her way through a collection of Pleistocene bones, which came to us sort of in the autumn. And from the Isle of Wight. Oh yeah, everything we do is from 99% of the stuff we do is from the Isle of Wight. We do the odd thing from elsewhere, but this collection was stored in an outside building, and therefore came with lots of spiders and creepy crawlies, which had to be removed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I believe it.
Let's
You
just
love
see if
the
somebody.
dinosaur, don't you, babe?
Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Oh, thank you.
That's right. Do some handling. Good girl. Have a go at handling some real things. Okay, do you mind?
Oh, thank you. Kind of you.
Oh,
That's all right. There you go.
There you go, babe.
All right then.
Hey, right there.
Yeah, thank you, I appreciate that.
You're welcome to pick these bits up if you like.
Okay.
These are all genuine fossils.
okay.
If you have any questions about them, do ask. These are
So they're from 120 million years ago, these ones.
examples of more common pieces, really. So if you found these things, I wouldn't be that surprised.
I've never found anything.
I found a couple, but not many.
Okay. No, if you put the
Yeah, I
time,
wouldn't
you
know the
can
difference between a rock and a fossil, to be honest. It's like, to me, that just looks like a rock. I don't know what it is.
That one's
Yeah.
got, the rock itself is made up of lots of clamshells.
Yeah.
But you look at it in section, you can see all these grey,
have to
silvery
know what
lines
you're
running
looking
through it.
Yeah. Oh,
Those curved shapes. And it's also got a fish jaw inside it.
Yeah.
You can see the little
Oh, it's a
peg-like
jaw.
teeth
Yeah.
in there.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
see,
That's
normally
a
the
really good
fossil's
eye for
darker
that.
than the other stone. Normally I can tell.
I wonder what that is then.
That's a piece of fish skull.
Oh, skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all fossils, making these comparisons to living organisms and looking for these similarities, that's what allows us
Yeah,
to
that's
actually
what-
identify them.
Yeah, that's what I just done.
Some things are relatively easy, like a pair of clamshells.
Yeah.
And they're just like modern beach shells,
Yeah, it
only
is.
they're made of rock now.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you know those are shells because they look like
Yeah.
shells.
They have
So
enough-
you just
they
got to
haven't-
apply it a bit further
Yeah.
and use a bit more imagination sometimes. And
Yeah, because they haven't evolved over the centuries because they don't need to,
well,
do
they
they?
have. It's just that general morphology is shared between them all, so it
Yeah.
makes it quite easy.
Yeah.
So with this,
Yes.
so you said it's stone, did you?
Yeah.
Is that the imprint or is it the
No,
genuine,
that's the shell.
the genuine
so,
shell?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it has altered. So mollusks like that are made up of ratios of minerals called calcite and aragonite, and aragonite is less stable, so it tends to deteriorate, and it will
It
have taken
binds
in some
calcium,
iron
doesn't it?
and turns into calcite as well. So the ratio is slightly different, but it's mostly the same.
That's crazy.
Whereas something like a dinosaur bone has completely remineralised.
Wow.
Yeah.
It
Holding history.
probably
that is.
has still got some of the elements that were present in the bone when the animal was alive. However,
Yeah.
they're now bonded into new minerals.
Oh, I
So the
see.
su-
So it takes on a different mineral.
Yes.
So the original state takes on a life of its own and creates a different.
So this is mostly pyrite now,
Yeah.
and that is a combination of iron and sulphur. The iron will have come from the sediments around it. The sulphur is likely produced from the breakdown of the bone. There is
Yeah.
sulphur in bone, so that it's likely that it's got some of that. There will be some of the original calcium apatite-based mineral in there as well. Again, broken down into other things, but
Wow,
it will be present in there.
that's amazing. I wouldn't know what this is.
That's a fragment of dinosaur bone
Yeah.
that's found on the beach.
I can identify this as like
Looks like a vertebra or something.
like to be a bone. It's like spongy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Do hold it, babe.
Yeah.
You love everything dinosaur, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
so like with the cow bone over there, the tuberculae, that.
That's huge. This thing.
Yeah, that's cow.
Cow.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, the ulnar radius, these two bones here.
Oh.
They're big animals, you think.
Yeah.
Big cow stands that tall, so.
Yeah.
The Ice Age.
That one's not Ice Age, it's medieval.
Oh.
Hundreds of years old. Yeah, there's a bit of mixture in there because we find things on the island that are kind of questionable. So, I mean, like this one here, that's a deer sacrum. Deer haven't lived naturally on the island for a few thousand years. So, it could be kind of quite old. It could be
a different climate.
No, I think it's
Back then, or
no, not that time because we've gone into an interglacial. So the current warm period that we're in now has been around for about 10,000 to 12,000 years. So it's not that. I need to look into why we don't have deer or didn't have deer on the island. Well,
that's a shell, isn't it?
yeah, that's an ammonite.
Yeah.
I'm not really
They're quite
sure.
common ammonites, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's normally the one you see, isn't it? The ammonite one.
Yeah. This is all new to me, you see.
Yeah, I saw one recently on Facebook. It was like an egg that still had the dinosaur inside it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were trying to like extract it, but I don't know if they do it. Or
Yeah, we do. Well, you do get unhatched eggs that will have embryos inside them,
Wow.
but it's only bones. So it's not
not. Yeah, no,
anything
Yeah.
else left of it.
nothing living anymore, is it?
So it's interesting for the study of the development of the animal to look at how they progress through their
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something I've been interested in.
This is crazy. Yeah, it's a really a rare treat, isn't it? This?
Yeah, 'cause
and
you-
for you to explain it to us, we really appreciate
Because
that.
I've watched Jurassic Park, but I know not all of it is
Yeah.
factual,
Oh, it feels weird holding history.
if any of it.
It's crazy.
So that one,
Actually hold it in your hand. It's very
It's
special.
like a little bit of history, isn't it?
Very special. I've never held anything like this before.
that's
Wow.
a brilliant experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Iron minerals. They're gorgeous.
Yeah, so these are the
That's
kind of
beautiful.
minerals that the bones are made of. That's pyrite, which is
Yeah.
basically what the bone is.
Beautiful, isn't it? Gorgeous.
Shows you on the island there as well, where they found it.
Cool. For that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Wow, I love learning about different parts of like history and stuff like that because I wasn't
Yeah, the
familiar
Victorians, don't you, as well?
I like Victorians and Tudors and that, but going so far back and holding it has been a special treat. Thank you very much for that.
Right, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate your time as well.
I'm happy
Thank you.
to help.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. That felt brilliant holding that history in your hand.
Yeah.
It's crazy that you can hold something that special.
Yeah. You haven't seen this baby here yet, have you?
Oh god, that's frightening, isn't it? I didn't know what it was. It was a monkey.
Oh, careful.
It was a monkey.
These ones here, they're now beginning to find the fabric of those.
Yeah, I saw one of those in the rock, so they can see what it looks like now.
But also, it was one of the staff who used to work here, Lorna Still, now Dr. Lorna Still, she published on the bones of pterosaurs for her PhD. She's got pictures of the membrane here,
Yeah.
where when you look at it sideways on,
You can see right through it.
you can see ticks in it.
Oh, ticks, yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Preserved as fossils
Oh.
in the wing
Oh my
membrane.
god.
Because when they would have landed, they would have landed in a,
Yeah.
in a nest,
And
and
ticks
there
would
been
have-
poo and birds and things around.
Oh,
so
wow.
put ticks on the ground, as they'd gone down like that, would have jumped up in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when they fly off,
They disperse.
they disperse the carrion
Yeah.
with them as well. So
Oh
they've
my
got little
God.
fossilised ticks.
So the ticks use them as a carrier.
There is sort of thought now with caterpillars, butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Two totally different stages, two things are totally different from each other. The original thought was that one of them was a parasite of the other. And that maybe the caterpillar carries within it the parasite
It turns it into a butterfly.
is the butterfly.
Yeah.
And at the end of life of the
Oh, right,
caterpillar,
yeah. And then it
the
eats.
parasite takes over,
Yeah.
basically grows inside the caterpillar,
And comes out,
hatches
yeah.
out and flies because the caterpillar is able to eat
Hmm.
and to defend itself, but the butterfly can't. But what the butterfly can do is it can travel and take the DNA, and therefore, as a parasite, it's able to
Spread,
lay
yeah.
eggs. Right?
Oh,
It's a little bit like some viruses that get inside ants.
Yeah.
And they cause the ants at the end of their life to climb a tree.
Yeah.
Then it
Yeah.
dies.
and that, yeah, we saw that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
It's like the zombie, is it a zombie you had? Yeah, we
Yeah.
saw that.
So one of the things was that the butterfly and the actual caterpillar themselves are one's a parasite of the other.
I've never thought about it. It makes sense, doesn't it?
In the last year, there has been some proposals that say if you have a look at a dog,
Yeah.
dogs will try and have sex with cats.
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
And with humans, right? And monkeys will sometimes do it if they find a dog in the road as well. So you get animals that try to have sex
Cross
with other
species,
animals.
yeah.
Cross species.
You like that stuff, don't you?
Cross species
Not that
genetics,
stuff like
yeah.
that weird
No.
stuff, but
Not the
No.
studied animals in.
do not
Yeah.
Google things
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, I studied cross species genetics, so when I was at college.
The last year, there have been some proposals that when you consider that the amount of time that animals have been around for and the vast numbers of them, think about the probability
Yeah.
that a sperm carrying a set of DNA could actually populate an egg of another creature.
Yeah,
In most cases, we assume it's not going to work. But
it has, yeah.
when you think about the probability of it,
Yeah.
there's going to be a finite probability at some point, particularly
Well,
with all certain species. So,
It's like with dinosaurs, they reckon that they turned into birds, a lot of them.
well, it could be the case.
Because they almost look like a bird already, some of them.
It could be the case that some of these strange creatures that we get now are the results of a combination of DNA from
Yeah.
totally unrelated animals.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
make
okay.
lots of assumptions. We make assumptions that mules are sterile because we don't see many crossbreeds between a donkey and a horse.
Yeah, that's right.
And yet, it would have happened at some point.
Yeah, to make the mule in the first place. Yeah.
That's so
In the
interesting.
Midwest, the donkeys would have been around and horses would have been around and they would have been kept in the field together and they wouldn't have gelded them. And so as a result,
Yeah, they would have done it.
That's so.
the female horse is now pregnant and the offspring is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
And the other way around, and it's a little
Dwarf
bit
horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a mule is a big animal.
Yeah.
It's got the load carrying capability of a donkey and it's trainable like a horse.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
So you think, okay, mules are then quite good to be used on stagecoaches and things like that because they're strong and trainable.
Yeah.
But what the military will become aware of, particularly prior to the First World War in America, was that when you've got a farm and you might have 20 foals, those 20 foals sterile, they don't produce any offspring. Brilliant for the military because with a female horse, there's no way that you want to spade. It's a very, very expensive operation. It involves knocking the horse completely out.
Yeah, and then
laying
internally
it on
doing
its
it, yeah.
back, laying it on its back, an invasive operation. And not only is it expensive, but there's a significant risk involved with
Yeah.
it. Because now you've got the animal laying
Anesthetic, yeah.
that
You mentioned
full
that to
weight
me, didn't you?
under anaesthetic.
Yeah.
So generally speaking, you'll find a mare today on a
They stand up when they do it, yeah.
no, they're just,
No?
they're just not doctored at all.
Oh,
Right? So the mares you just see out in the field on there are intact. But it's much easier with a male horse. Stand up, a little bit of separation.
yeah, because on the outside, it's on the outside, isn't it? Yeah.
It's on the outside and actually remove the
So that's the
testes.
reason why there may be prostitution.
Right? So what they do is they take the male testes out when they're over a year old. So they're gelded. It's called gelded. And
Yeah.
They only just need to be slightly sedated. So of course you have no intact migrants around. The females are intact, but there's nothing to breed.
Yeah, because when I was at college, we had that problem because the women got told not to wear perfume because it can actually entice the male. Because female mares put off perfume when they're in season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so you want to keep away from the mares when they're in
Yeah.
season. They're very, very over friendly. and sometimes you walk behind them and they don't like you or they don't like the other horse.
Yeah.
They kick you out with both legs at the back, they break your back, they break
Yeah,
your ribs.
I've been bit by a horse. That hurt enough.
Mares,
Horse is scary a little bit.
mares are very dangerous.
Yeah.
But because they're only in small numbers, they realised that the offspring were sterile. Pretty like the military. We've got a great big population of sterile horses which are very strong. We don't need to operate on them. It's cheap to produce large numbers of them. Don't need to worry about them. Unfortunately, the total numbers now recognised for some Pashkar Balkans now, according to the technical center in Boynton for their horse display, exceeded 1 million horses, most of them imported from America into places like Liverpool, huge livestock areas in north of England, and then those that were picked and selected came down on trains, they went across into boats, and then they were travelled across to either down to the Balkans or across to the Somme. My grandfather was a muleteer, he was a driver. And a driver meant sitting on the horse, the lead horse in the gun train. That's what driver meant. It meant if you were a private, you had this rank called driver, which means that you're in charge of horses. But they said once you start to get 1 million, you realise that some of those mares that you're using are in fault. They arrive on the battlefield and it seems to be getting a bit bigger.
Crazy.
A bit bigger.
So the donkeys.
So they're producing offspring, so these so-called sterile mares,
Yeah.
which are mules, which are the cross between the donkey and the horse,
Oh, well, yeah.
they themselves, considered to be sterile, have now mated with another mule, which is also supposed to be sterile, and have produced an offspring. Now, probably 99% of the cases, the mating is not going to produce anything. But they do. Now, if that mule foal now is born in the trenches, which the troops were realising was happening.
Yeah.
They were now getting foals as well that they had to look
That's so
after, which
weird.
they
Never
hadn't
heard of it.
expected. They hadn't expected. Then you would have said that there's 99% of the population is unviable, right? 1% is. That 1% now, if they interbreed between themselves, instead of being 99% 1%, it's maybe 10% of those offspring are viable.
That's crazy,
And
isn't
then
it?
Yeah,
when
it's
their
increasing
offspring
numbers.
are born, it goes up to 20% of the population is now viable because their parents were viable, therefore they are.
It carries the genes over.
It carries the genes over, and now they're more viable. And if you were to say at the end of the First World War, look at all these horses we've got in Spain or wherever, let's just let go of them, just let them go into the wild, just wild horses, look after them, we can't look after them. And over time, you'll realise there's a population of them. There's a new population breeding mules,
Yeah.
which may not be so slightly as big as the original military mules are.
Yeah.
They're there, and that is how these new populations form.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that now, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's how new species come about.
Yeah.
With
See, I was-
speciation.
Yeah, because we're still finding new species today.
But it's now thought that any number of small unusual creatures that we have could be a combination of sperm and eggs from two totally
different species. Yeah.
Well, plants do that, don't they? They
Yeah.
can spread some plants.
We've got two,
Yeah.
my evolution is a bit old now. When you have a chromosome, you have two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wheat can have 40.
Oh, good.
It can have, it's really robust. If an animal has more than 3, it's generally it dies. It's now thought that some people that you look at and you think they're both female and male, they've been born both female and male,
Yeah.
may actually be triple
Oh.
chromosome.
Oh, right, okay.
Right? And that's why they have got both characteristics for them.
Oh,
But they
interesting.
have survived. There is a, if you do research around about the time of Wend, there is a British Army general, and that general rides a horse, that general commands troops, but there were oil paintings done. This is a very well documented person, but doesn't ever stay at the gentleman's clubs overnight. Never uses the public gentlemen's latrines. And he said, very smooth face person, slightly shorter than most men of the time, but has awards and has the big Nelson type star and so on. But that person was buried with honours, and there's one of these big mausoleums. Well, a couple of years or so ago, the team got permission, following up some research, to actually look at some of the bones from this person, took some of the hip bone material, looked at the DNA, and they said they thought that perhaps that general was a woman, and was living a male life, in a male uniform, and that maybe some of the other officers around might have known, because why perhaps they didn't want to go to the same toilet, the same guards as the officers, because actually they were female. So, but having looked at the DNA, no, they have both got, this person is male,
sexes,
it's got both
I
sexes
think
of
I've
DNA.
like
They
movies
only
about them.
confirmed when they did the look at the bone, DNA in the bone. They've got the triple DNA.
Yeah.
We read that.
Yeah, the iguanodon.
What part of the wheel was on that?
I think it's the ones that covered up, isn't it?
Would you claim it's
Anything with grain, lots of facts on, and numbers.
Yeah.
I noticed the pink, it's called pink.
This one down here is a model, but that's real. So you can see the ones with the cracks.
Oh yeah.
R for right. That's
Oh yeah, they've got.
the piece of the hip up there is real.
Yeah.
We do have other.
It looks like wood to me.
So this is real,
Yeah, that's real. Yeah.
but that's plaster.
Yeah.
And that's real.
If it was in the